boy, been waiting for this now. What's he gonna say about this? Shocking John Cena heel turn means WrestleMania 41. The Solomonster sounds off. I know he's gonna sound off now because this is something. I wasn't, like a lot of these folks jumping up and down, but I was like, wow. After 20 something years, yeah, finally, because you think about all the top characters in wrestling, the top superstars, Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, Taker, American Badass, Cut the Hair Short, Big Evil, who else? Damn it. Okay, The Rock. There you go, Rock, the Hollywood Rock. Sting, Crow Sting. He left Sturfish Sting alone. I don't even think he went back. Yeah, he didn't even go back to it. No, it took this guy. It was 20-something years. But what does Jason say about this? This is something here.
Sometimes there are moments in wrestling that remind you of why you became a fan in the first place. And why it is so much fun to follow this stuff and watch this stuff week to week. Triple H said coming into the Elimination Chamber this weekend that the show would be an industry-changing event. And we get a lot of hyperbole from WWE. They throw all kinds of words and things like that around about how it's going to, transform this, or it's going to, shake the foundation of that. We're so desensitized to it at this point. But for a change, this was hyperbole that actually lived up to expectations. And this show last night will go down as one of the most memorable nights in WWE history. And that is not hyperbole. The ending of that show last night will be replayed many, many times over the years for years to come. A lot of people have been underwhelmed by the road to WrestleMania so far. I did a whole segment about this a couple of weeks ago. I was feeling a lot of that too. And I said one of the reasons for that is we are missing some very big names. We're missing some key players in the television build to WrestleMania. John Cena had not been seen on TV at all since the Royal Rumble. Same for Roman Reigns. Randy Orton's been missing for months. They've been dragging this Jade Cargill mystery story out for months also, the whodunit.
Yeah, who beat her up?
Been on TV. And in a lot of ways, it felt like we were in a holding pattern until they got a lot of these names back on TV. It felt like we were in a holding pattern until we got past the chamber. Let's just get to the Elimination Chamber. Let's find out who the number one contender is going to be for the WWE title. Let's see who's going to be challenging Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Let's get some names back, and then the pieces should start to fall into place. Would The Rock be involved at all in WrestleMania this year, or is he skipping the show? He showed up at Bad Blood, never said a word. He showed up on the Netflix premiere to sing the company's praises.
Yeah, that's another thing. Heard that already. He's not wrestling, but will he be there? And first thing in the morning, I told Mr. Cole about this Cena business. He actually started laughing. He was like good. Tired of this friendly bullshit. He said that's good. That's good. You stick it the friendly. Because they held Cody down and whooped him like a dog. They whooped him good. Shoot. That was worse than I don't know if it was worse or bad. It's about as bad when The Rock whooped him backstage in the pouring rain. Beat him like a dog.
This is Dwayne, the board member, and he gave Cody Rhodes his flowers like a total babyface. People thought it was strange how they seemed to drop the entire Rock and Cody story. It's like, oh my God, they're drinking Terramana together in the back. It was like a sin against all humanity for some people. He's killing kayfabe. He's throwing away a perfectly good story.
It was a setup.
Rock told Cody last year, the night after WrestleMania, your story with Roman Reigns is over, but our story is only just beginning.
I remember that.
So we saw The Rock at the Netflix premiere. We saw him with that very strange promo where he admitted he went out there on NXT and didn't know what he was going to say. That was clear. And then he went radio silent until last week when he reappeared. And he showed up on Raw in New Orleans to announce that WrestleMania next year was coming back to the Big Easy. And everybody, loved it. Everybody cheered and went crazy. And then he said, that's not the only reason why I'm here. And he invited Cody Rhodes out to the ring. And that's where we got the promo where he told Cody, I want you to be my champion. I don't want this title. I want your soul.
That was kind of different.
And that brought us into the Elimination Chamber because The Rock said he was going to give Cody until the Chamber in Toronto to make his decision. Go consult with your wife, talk to your family. I want you to be my brother. You and I could do big things together. And you give me your answer at the Elimination Chamber. Now, of course, the winner of the Elimination Chamber was going to challenge Cody for the WWE title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So the two things tied together was pretty important to see who was going to come out of the Chamber match on top. This was John Cena's final shot, right? I mean, he didn't win the Royal Rumble. And
I was surprised.
In his mind, the only way to get a championship match at WrestleMania to try to win number 17 and break the record was to win the Elimination Chamber, because John Cena has been on this horrendous losing streak, at least in terms of singles matches. He's been on this terrible luck and has lost many matches over the last several years. This was maybe his last chance in his retirement year to try to get that championship shot. So he went into the Elimination Chamber, and we had Cena, we had CM Punk, who has his own story going on. He wants to go to the main event of WrestleMania for the first time. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins and Logan Paul and Damian Priest. And, I mean, Logan Paul and Damian Priest, they were never going to win the Elimination Chamber, but you could at least make a plausible argument for any of the other four names that they could very well have won that match last night. But we had John Cena in there wrestling with CM Punk. It was like they never missed a beat, right? We got to see the
Yeah, like I said the other video, I wanted Punk to win. I was like, I knew if Punk wouldn't get it, I knew Cena was probably going to get it. I'm surprised Cena, like I said, didn't win the Rumble. And this coming up here, again, not jumping up and down, but I'm thinking about WrestleMania. I'm thinking about it. Maybe. I ain't seen WrestleMania. When did The Rock and Rock and Austin, Rock and Cena wrestled that last time? That had been almost 10 years ago already. That's crazy. So that was probably the last time. Or no. When The Rock and Cena and The Taker had that short match, and talking about he said I'm not some old man with bad legs or something like that. I can't remember what year that was, but it was something like that.
Action with them. It's a lot of good shit, and I'll talk about it. But John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, which means he's going to WrestleMania. They saved the Rock and Cody segment, though, for the end of the show. So I just sort of assumed, coming into this, that Rock and Cody, that segment would go on in the middle of the show. And they would close the show with the Elimination Chamber on the men's side. When I realized that wasn't going to happen, and they were going to actually close with Rock and Cody, it became very clear that they've got something very big planned here, because you're not going to go off the air on this show with a talking segment in the ring and not put the Chamber on last unless you have some kind of big twist or angle or something planned for the end of the show. So Cody is not just going to go out there and say, you know what, Rock, I think I'm going to take you up on that offer.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
my soul. I put it in a box for you. I put a bow on it. And that's how they go off the air. So you knew something big was going to happen. Cody comes out to the ring. Cena's still out there. Then we get The Rock, who has Travis Scott with him. Triple H invited Travis Scott to come to the Chamber. Of course, he sings
Heard of him, don't know his music.
On Netflix every week. Rock and Travis Scott come down to the ring. And The Rock wants his answer. Embrace me, Cody Rhodes. I will take you to heights never seen before. I will make your dreams come true. Give me your soul. And Cody Rhodes says, Rock, I love the way they did the little tease where it was like, Rock, he's going to give him his soul, right? But he goes, I can't, because I've already given my soul to this ring. I've given my soul to all these people. He says, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. Christian Cage telling Adam Copeland to go fuck yourself was one of those great moments in Dynamite history, right? In part because it was so unexpected. It just kind of came out of nowhere. He said it so matter-of-factly. Like, it was this great moment. Cody standing out there on a show that has been technically PG for so long, and standing in the middle of the ring here on this show and telling The Rock in no uncertain terms to go fuck himself was quite the unexpected moment.
That is something.
It was great. That's exactly what he should have said to The Rock after the stunt The Rock pulled on Friday night when he sent that video in and he talked about Cody's father. He has this weight belt with the date on there that Dusty died, and he's invoking the name of the American dream. If I were Cody, I would have told Rock to go fuck himself too. That was exactly the response that he should have given him. But it wasn't about that. It was about what happened next. Because John Cena is in the ring, and he's in the background, and he's hamming it up, which he always does. But he's hamming it up, and he looks so proud of Cody. And then they lowered the boom. And The Rock gave the cutthroat sign. John Cena's big smile, his big cheesy grin turned to this just stone-faced look like he was about to murder somebody. And then came the low blow.
Kicked him right in the P-dog.
And then he picks up the Rolex. And he bashes Cody in the head with it. Michael Cole says it was brass knucks. It wasn't brass knucks. He picks up the WWE Championship. When I tell you that he hit Cody in the head with this title, like, you could hear the sound that it made. If Cody didn't wake up with a grapefruit on his head, I'd be shocked. Like, he belted him right in the head, I think twice, actually. Cody ends up bleeding, so we got some color. Cena rips his dress shirt off, Cody's shirt. He's choking him with his necktie. He's holding Cody down.
Choking you with your own necktie. Just pulling on
Cody down. But he slapped the shit out of Cody, too. I didn't even catch it when I watched the show last night live, but there's a video going around of him. I don't even know if it was so much a slap or a punch, but he nailed Cody right in the face as he was laying there. And then Rock takes off the white weight belt, whips Cody with it, wipes Cody's blood on it, just like he did last year. Remember Mama Rhodes in the build-up to WrestleMania 40. And we get the visual going off the air. A bloody Cody Rhodes laying in the middle of the ring. John Cena being booed and being arm in arm with The Rock and Travis Scott. I said when they came out to the ring, it was like father and son. When I saw Rock and Travis Scott walking down to the ring, it's like take your son to work day. But there they are. They're all standing shoulder to shoulder in the aisleway as they go off the air. I mean, think about this visual, okay? In one segment, we had Cody Rhodes telling The Rock to go fuck himself, while Travis Scott is in the corner burning sage, and John Cena turns heel. Like, it sounds like the sort of thing that you wake up from and you tell your friends about. Like, man, I had the wildest fucking dream. I think I ate too much.
Okay, I just thought about something. It reminded me of, y'all remember the game, Mafia 3, PS4. A lot of y'all hated it and still can't stand it. But anyway, when Sal Marcano hugged Sammy and he gave Georgie a look like this, and Georgie was like, and then they turned on Sammy and they turned on Sammy and Ellis and jumped on him. That's what it made me think about. Y'all, if y'all remember that game, that was dirty. Oh, that was dirty. He gave him a hug and he gave him that look like, you know what to do next. That was some dirty shit.
Last night. Only that actually happened. And so now you see The Rock and Cena standing side by side. We got the Hollywood heels. We got the new two-man power trip in WWE. This was the greatest Elimination Chamber PLE that they have ever done, which I think says a lot, considering it only had 4 matches. Like, it had to be the fewest number of matches that they have ever had on one of these shows.
4? That? Damn. Okay.
And yet it's going to go down, if not as the best, it'll go down as one of their best. I think it shows a lot about
has 6 people in it.
Matches versus moments. You know, matches versus moments and story. But it was highlighted by one of the greatest heel turns of all time.
I'm up early in the morning.
Second only to Hulk Hogan, forming the NWO, which wasn't only shocking, I mean, that was transformative.
Oh, when Hogan dropped that leg on Savage.
As a whole. I mean, if you didn't live through that era, I can understand people thinking that last night blows it out of the water. You got a lot of people watching wrestling right now who are casual fans. They don't know about the history of the heel turns in the past and all that stuff. Or they just are either newer fans or young enough that they just didn't grow up during that era. And you have a lot of people who grew up with John Cena as the top guy. John Cena was their guy. He was their big baby face for so many years. He was on top for so many years, and that's what people remember. Ruthless aggression in the PG era, the reality era, all those different eras that John Cena sort of transcended throughout the history of this company. And so I can understand people looking at this and going, man, this is tops right here, right? This is just a number one. This blows everything else out of the water. I can't sit here and say that, but I do think it's fair to say that last night was this generation's Bash at the Beach, 1996.
Mm.
Definitely the most shocking heel turn since Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17. And this was better because of the way that they set the whole thing.
Joining Vince was
very
weird.
Similar to the Austin turn, if they go with the idea that he's desperate to win number 17.
That is, or that was something, because The Rock kept kicking out. This man was beating him like a dog with that steel chair, and The Rock just refused to lay there. It was, next thing you know, here comes Vince walking out, and he beats him some more. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And then joining Vince. That didn't even. Oh boy. That didn't look right. Now it made sense to Triple H or something like that, but Austin, I was like, no, this I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
His final year, like, what did Austin tell Rock before that WrestleMania? I need to beat you, Rock. I need to beat you more than anything that you could ever imagine. Austin had already won the Royal Rumble. He had already had a guaranteed title match at WrestleMania, but he was so desperate to ensure that he would win that championship that he would end up siding with the man who was a thorn in his side from day one in that company, right? Austin versus McMahon. And there he is standing in the middle of the ring shaking hands with the devil himself. John Cena already has a guaranteed title match at WrestleMania. As of last night, he won the Elimination Chamber. But maybe he's so desperate to ensure that this is it because, right, he's made it very clear. This is his final year. He needs to win number 17. To cement his legacy, to make people forget maybe about all the horrible losing streak he's been on, to set the record. It's best for business. That's what he said after the Royal Rumble. If they take that tack with this story, it's similar. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Only I don't see business dipping the way that it started to dip after Austin turned heel. That's one of the big differences. And look, there have been a lot of great heel turns in wrestling history. There have been a lot of great heel turns. Let's focus specifically on WWE, okay? Forget other promotions because that just opens it up to a whole bunch of other angles. There have been a lot of great ones over the years. Andre turning heel on Hogan to align with Bobby Heenan heading into WrestleMania 3. That's a pretty fucking big one. Bret Hart in 1997. When I think of the top 3 most shocking, not even heel turns, I would say jaw-dropping moments ever in wrestling, storyline-wise. It's the streak ending at WrestleMania 30.
Oh, man, yeah.
I swear to God, I'm looking around, I've never seen so many jaws drop.
That was horrible. That shouldn't have happened.
Expressions on people's faces.
That was horrible.
It was like somebody died in the building that night. I've never experienced anything like that in all my years of going to wrestling shows, and not since. So it's the streak ending at WrestleMania 30. It's Hogan turning at Bash at the Beach.
Yeah.
And it's John Cena turning heel last night at the Elimination Chamber.
He said it perfectly. What he just said there, especially that's the streak. I'm never gonna leave that alone. that should still be there. You know, that was disgusting. And then what's talking about it for a year? The 21-1 kept rubbing your nose in it perfectly. Should have never went nowhere. It shouldn't have. Because they even well, it's after the fact now, so it's done. It's over with. But Lesnar didn't need it. And then people were saying, what about a new guy? It's like a new guy don't need it either if he can't become a star on his own. He said he don't need a new guy doesn't need it either. So then Hogan dropped that leg. Like I said, that didn't even bother me because like I thought about when this man getting I guess like you call it semi payback when Savage hit him upside the head with that belt. Man, I thought this man was messing with Miss Elizabeth. He hit him upside the head with that belt and flipped that little table over. I'll never forget that. And then this right here, Cena kicking old boy right in the tool bag. Yeah, that's what they say. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so. happen. But now, but yeah, what is? I don't know if I'm gonna finish what this whole thing. This video was 30 minutes long. What's gonna happen at Mania now? Because say Cena needs Cody's gonna need some help. Because the pros Rock changed his mind. He's actually showing up there, not wrestling, but he's out there. He's gonna need some help. I mean, this man's probably gonna end up joining forces with Roman Reigns. Either that or they're gonna try to get Austin back, which I don't know. I still doubt it. And so I don't know. Lesnar's not coming back, so you can forget about that. Tied up with the Vince thing. Oh, if Lesnar was coming back and that music hit, oh boy. So I think it's probably gonna be between somehow joining forces with Roman. Know how that's gonna work, and then or somehow Austin coming out there. You know, heck, the Taker could come back again. Who knows? I don't know. But with Lesnar, I think Lesnar is out the picture. I think Lesnar might be seriously done this time. I hate that, but with this Cena business, turning his face like I said, reminding you of a Mafia 3 when Ellis and Sammy got turned on, and Sal gave what's his name a hug, then looked at Georgie like, and then he gave him the nod like, you know what to do next. That was something. That's probably the only thing I can compare it to. Gave the man a hug, then turned and jumped on Sammy and Ellis. And that was dirty there. That was dirty.